On Monday, the sixth inning horrors continued for the Seattle Mariners as Brandon Woodruff made it 6 innings, but George Kirby got tagged, and the Mariners sold out early in the count to not get started on offense yet again. Welcome to the Dom Skiing Channel, your one-stop shop for the Mariners storylines on Seattle's minds. And the Mariners lose 6-0 in the first game of the series to the Brewers on Monday night, getting out-hit 10-5 and 286 to 211 on expected batting average. In the sixth inning, for the second straight night, we lose the game. George Kirby takes a no-hitter 2 times through the order, and then the third time in the sixth inning, gives up 4 earned runs on 5 hits, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts in this one on just 83 pitches, makes it through the 6th innings, but it was 5 good and 1 bad. And he gets hard hit a lot in this game. It was 10 hard hits on the night for the Brewers on 83 of George Kirby's pitches. Well, on the other hand, Brandon Woodruff on a pitch count still coming back from Tommy John. He went 6 innings on just 62 pitches, only giving up 2 hits, no earned runs, no walks, only notching 5 strikeouts in the process. And he gets hard hit 7 times on those 62 pitches. But they made George Kirby go deeper into this game than we could make Brandon Woodruff go. And Brandon Woodruff has been a complete statistical anomaly since coming back off the IL and coming back from nearly a 2-year break from baseball, having Tommy John surgery. Last we saw him, he was throwing in the upper 90s, 96 to 99 with his 4-seam fastball, which made him such a prolific pitcher. But now, he's just been averaging the low 90s. In this one, he averaged 93.2 with a minimum of 90, but got all the way up to 96.2. And we have seen him really start to heat up in the later innings. So coming on a strict pitch count innings limit, he will, looks like, get back to the upper 90s ways, but it'll take him a little while, and he might not make it all the way back to 96 to 99. Might be sitting somewhere like 94, 97, 95, 98, something like that. But he gets 6 swinging strikes on the 21 4-seam fastballs. I don't know if that's going to continue, because I think that was just the Mariners really trying to be aggressive early in the count, especially against a guy who hasn't pitched a whole lot in a long time. It just didn't work out. The Mariners got BABIP to death. A 211 expected batting average means you can't expect too much out of what we put in play, but definitely not ideal. And Brandon Woodruff got 0 swinging strikes on 17 sinkers, really mixed the pitches up with 21 fastballs, 6 whiffs on those, 17 sinkers, 0 swinging strikes on that, but does get 3 on 13 changeups, which is a pretty good rate as well. That's just over 25%. Yes, that's absolutely elite as well. That 30% whiff rate on the changeup. Then the cutter throws 7 of those and 4 curveballs. Doesn't record any swinging strikes on those. But Brandon Woodruff is somebody that I would not be surprised if late July, early August, he starts getting lit up, or he gets back into the mid-90s and regains his form. But I don't expect him to be incredibly effective at this current edition of himself. So he's a guy who you just got to keep watching. He's not a guy who I feel insanely confident is going to keep doing this, but he's not a guy who I'm insanely confident is going to completely be done. Because the last version we saw of Brandon Woodruff was just so different. He's a start-to-start story right now. And Milwaukee is just red hot. They're a buzzsaw. I believe they won 9 or 10 straight coming into this. So if you run into a buzzsaw in the Milwaukee Brewers, and even if you get swept, I'm not concerned with losing the games in this series, but with one of the hottest teams in baseball, I want to see us come with approach, especially against Jacob Misiorowski tonight, which I'll talk about in a moment. But going back over George Kirby in his 83 pitches, gets 12 swinging strikes on those, 2 on 26 four-seamers, 3 on 23 sinkers, 6 on 19 knuckle curves. That's the elite pitch for him last night. That kept it a no-hitter until the 6th inning. And then 1 on 15 sliders. Kirby just throwing these 4 pitches, it's like once he gets his splitter back, I expect that he can return to a front-line, top 15 MLB starter. But until then, I think he sits more in the 15 to 30 range. He's just a 4-pitch guy. He gets swinging strikes. He induces weak contact, and that control is there for Kirby. I'm just not sure if he has his full arsenal back yet, and if he's fully comfortable. Also, something I wanted to mention is I said yesterday is Brian Wu always feels like he has a great start going into the sixth, and the quality starts to usually get ruined in the sixth or right around there. Him and Kirby both could just be 2-time through the order guys right now. With that third time through the order, their stats might be poor. I need to figure out how to look up that stat actually, what each of these guys' stats is. Third time through the order versus first and second. So if you do know how to do that, put it in the comments down below. Greatly would be appreciated. Brandon Garcia makes his major league debut, does not record a swinging strike on 25 pitches, but he is a big guy who throws hard, so it might take some time for him to get acclimated. Luckily, the game was out of hand before he even came in, but you want to see better signs moving forward. Maybe he even gets into the game tonight, hopefully, because we're up by a bunch. And as far as the Mariners lineup goes, we were just trying to jump on the early pitches, and it didn't work out. When we've tried to sell out early in the count this year, I've seen us come with that approach quite a bit, whether it's Jack Kohanovitz. I could list off some of the other pitchers. I can't really remember, though, right now. But there's a lot of the times where guys come into Safeco Field, pitchers that we think we might be able to tag, and we go try to get aggressive early in the count, and it doesn't work out for us. I want to see guys like JP Randy taking long at-bats, controlling the zone. I want to see Ben Williams and Cole Young disrupting the zone and protecting it. Just fouling those pitches off, making sure that the pitcher doesn't have an easy time, so that the few middle-of-the-order power bats can produce the way that they're supposed to. But especially going into tonight, last night you lose this game, it's frustrating. The Brewers are red hot. Jackson Chourio 2 for 4 with a 2 RBI double. Christian Yelich goes 2 for 4, 2 runs scored, an RBI. William Contreras 1 for 3 with an RBI and a double as well. And Bryce Durang also 2 for 4 with a double and a run scored. So you had plenty of production from the top of the Brewers lineup. It's a red hot lineup. It's to be expected that they're going to win this game. However, it's frustrating when you have a no-hitter going into the sixth inning and then you can't make anything materialize. Also getting shut out after just scoring 3 runs the night prior. We haven't seen a truly dominant offensive performance out of the All-Star break quite yet. And although I really like the approach we took on Friday night and even Saturday, I wouldn't say it looks as good as the Tigers series or anything like that. And you want to see some of those same signs come back of just really not biting on those breaking balls and then punishing them when they leave them in the zone. And tonight going up against Jacob Misiorowski, this is a guy who has pitched less than almost anybody you're ever going to face. This guy has only pitched in 5 games. He's only thrown 25.2 innings in the major leagues. So if I'm Dan Wilson, what I'm telling the guys tonight is, hey, yeah, this guy's 25.2 innings pitched in the major, yeah, this guy's hot. He's really the hot stuff. He was an all-star. He's in the news and stuff. And he's absolutely nasty. He's 6'7", throwing 102 miles an hour. He's absolutely disgusting with the stuff. But I'll be damned if we're going to be afraid of stuff. We've got some of the most punishing hitters in the MLB. You can't go into it saying, oh, this stuff is so nasty. What you have to do is go into this and say, hey, this is a guy who's pitched 5 games in the majors and pitched 25.2 innings only. He is due for a normalization. This guy's going to have a bad start at some point. He hasn't yet, but it could very well be against us. I want to see approach. And if you get beat by Jacob Misiorowski, well, everybody was already expecting him to do well. But if you come with a good approach and you challenge this rookie and make him work for everything that he's going to earn in this league, show him that it's a grown man's league. Use your experience tonight to defeat Jacob Misiorowski. If we can do that, I don't even care if we lose the game. I just want to see us take excellent at-bats against the type of pitcher who we're going to have to face if we want to go deep into the postseason. And that's my main takeaways tonight. I think Randy Arozarena is going to hit another home run. I think he's that punishing force. He is seeing those breaking balls so well. I think he's going to get one of those, or maybe he connects with a fastball. But he's my guy to connect with the breaking ball. I'm going to say Julio hits a homer off of a fastball tonight. I'm going to say that his approach is correct. He really just comes dialed in, takes those, those backdoor breaking balls, and then he punishes the indoor fastballs. Because if anybody's going to use the book on Julio, it's the rookie. the rookie coming in, he says, hey, well, this guy's, a punishing hitter, but everybody else does this thing against him and it seems to work, so of course that's what I should do, right? Well, Julio, you can reverse psychology. That you can say, hey, well, I know you have the book on me. Let me show you that the book, that what I did before the All-Star break was no fluke, and that the book on me is changed. So this could be a statement game from Julio Rodriguez and Randy Arozarena for that reason. Obviously, Cal Raleigh, he went 1 for 5 in one of these games out of the All-Star break with 4 hard hits. I think he went 1 for 4 last night with 3 hard hits. So he's still hitting the ball extremely hard, very close to a few homers in the second half, and I think we could easily see the first one of those tonight as well. When you throw hard, the ball travels as well. So I'm going to take Randy and Julio to hit homers. Randy off the breaking ball, Julio off the fastball. I'm going to take, I'm going to take Logan Gilbert, who's on the other side of this. Not talked about it quite as much as Mizorowski, but the way that he looks right now, I would not be surprised if he's a top 10, even a top 5 pitcher rest of way. I think he's going to get 8 strikeouts tonight, and I think he's going to I'm going to say he gets 6 strikeouts because this Brewers lineup is so locked in. I don't think you need to push them for the strikeouts as much. I think Logan's going to show some veteran stuff to him tonight. The score, finally, that I'm going to predict tonight is going to be... I'm going to say that we beat the Brewers 6-3, finally snapping this win streak for them, and that we have a chance to win the series tomorrow in the rubber match in the day game. Anyway, I will be back again tonight or tomorrow to recap this game, either late tonight or tomorrow morning, so watch out for that. Make sure to subscribe and click that notification bell so you get a notification every single time a game recap drops. With that being said, I've been your boy Dom Skeen, and we'll be covering the Mariners every single day the rest of the season. This is game 100. Can you guys believe it? 162. This is game 100. We got 62 to go, and then we got that postseason in October. So stay around here if you don't want to miss any of the action that's going on in Seattle all season long, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Go Ams.